Hey guys, what's up? Today is Friday, August 19th, and this is La Stella Daravito!
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Still Diverted.
Okay, to our English-speaking audience members. But to the Latino community.
Yes, to the Latino community. What's going on, guys? All right, so this week we'll be talking about...
All right, I'll handle this. Nate Parker and those damn rape allegations. Are you ready to jump back in the game yet? Nope. All right. And Swizz Beatz is apparently a part of the problem of gentrification in the Bronx, which is so fantastic.
And
Thanks,
we're also going to be, we're also going to be talking about Ellen DeGeneres and just the historical context between her writing Usain Bolt's back.
Ooh, girl, you in trouble.
You in trouble.
Let's do this. Still Diverted. All right. So first, welcome back to another edition of Still Diverted. Thank you for watching. That's Kenya. I'm Malcolm. Just kidding. I'm Kenya because I am the baddest bitch. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and do all the things you do. Because I always realize we say it at the end, but if you have just come back for like another episode and you watch the last episode,
you should introduce yourself.
It's like, oh hey.
Don't worry, guys. We're still learning.
She's still learning.
Oh.
I'm a pro.
Let's get into it.
So speaking of pros, huge shout out to everyone that listened to Fully Loaded last week. If you're not familiar with Fully Loaded, that is a podcast that I have with my friend Jason.
Don't listen to it.
And she was the guest last week.
I'm going to stop sharing it.
And when I tell you, Mother was lit up on that Douce. The girl can't drink no brown liquor. The girl can't drink no liquors.
I can't drink anything.
She was bent up, y'all. One day I'm going to release like the raw audio. Because that was like, if you listen to the show already, that was like, just like a piece of what it was. Oh, and then I have some Snapchats that didn't even make it to Snapchat.
Did you save it?
I saved them in my memories.
You were so annoying.
I'm going to play them at your wedding. And at your funeral. Say, these were the days.
At your wedding.
These were the days.
I would like to share a toast, everyone. If you look at the camera to your left.
Exactly right. Just plug in my iPhone to this monitor right here. Thanks, Tom. So this is the life of DJ Madam K. I say all that to say, show was up on Monday. This one is way too drunk. But this is my kid.
Drunk? I'm not drunk.
You are drunk.
Well, why would you give me that?
All right, let's move on. All right, so Nate Parker. Nate. Where do we even begin with this story?
You being the black man, I'll let you begin.
Sorry, I just want to say that every day before the show, we write notes. This is my note for the Nate Parker story. Double-sided. I can't even hold this up. These are her Nate Parker notes. So I feel like it's best if we just let you go first because apparently you have a lot to get to. So you do what you do. I'm just going to be right here, just with the people.
So the Nate Parker allegations, we could take it back to 1999 when he when he raped him and his friend, raped this young girl.
Allegedly because he got acquitted, so you have to say allegedly.
Well, acquitted is not synonymous with innocent, so whatever.
But if it's not proven...
So
we're just gonna dot our T's and cross our I's.
His friend got convicted, but he didn't. Both of them ran a train on this girl. Allegedly, we're gonna just use Jennifer because they haven't put her.
Alias.
Yeah, that's the alias. Nobody wants to use her name, though. They are using the real names of her brothers and sisters when they're like quoting people. Moving right along. So let's bring it to 2016, shall we? Because it just really bothers me. That's why. Birth of a Nation, this awesome, inexplicable movie that is going to come out October 7th. And
SAT word.
It's just really amazing. I always get smart when I talk about black people. I'm dumb with everything else, but I swear. As soon as I get to talk about some brothers. And it's just an amazing movie about Nat Turner back in 1831 Virginia. Before he was even this leader for black people, he was this little boy who was just studying the Bible to become a preacher for fellow slaves. But his master was making a profit out of it. And as Nat Turner got older, he was like, you know what? I'm going to make this about my people and I'm going to try to emancipate my people. So, moving along, Nate Parker makes a movie about that, and it's just a beautiful movie because usually the movies that we get out of slavery are just black people. It's like a narrative about an angry black woman, or like a brothers in a gang, and then one goes to jail, one dies, Or just like the typical like slavery movie.
Oh, when you said black movies, I automatically heard slave movies, and I was like, what slaves was in a gang?
Oh, no. It's just like black movies in general. Or it's just like slavery and, you know, somebody getting raped, somebody getting killed. Which is a lot of...
You know the stories.
Yeah, you guys know the narrative. So... thing about this movie is that it's talk about the freedom of black people and how
the revolt. Ooh,
exactly,
the revolt.
The revolution is very real, and that how we did fight back. And this is taking place in 1831 Virginia.
We will kill your white babies, kill your white wife, kill your white you.
It was very, very, very real.
Yeah.
Now, what boggles me about these rape allegations is because Nate Parker's career has been taking place since 2004, so that's like 13 years. And now that he's making such an awesome film that reflects on our history.
A true telling.
We now want to get into rape allegations.
It just seems very inconvenient.
Very inconvenient.
Especially because this is like, you know, I mean, not only is this a dope movie, but the way he produced this movie is like very dope. Like it was, I think, he funded all of the money himself. And then sold it, I think, to Sundance for like $17.5 million. Like, really came up on this whole situation. And the fact that I feel like, I mean, while the rape allegations are what they are, I just feel like it's very convenient that, you know, as soon as, you know, a story like this, you know, is bubbling. Because when does Birth of a Nation even come out?
October 7th.
Okay, which is, you know, very convenient. You know,
and we've been talking about
2 months out forever. So I'm just like, it just seems very convenient, you know, that now all of these publications have decided to, you know, pick up this story, run with this story. And it's just like, I don't understand why it's just bubbled to the surface because...
I understand why.
Well, I don't understand why because this happened back in 99.
Right.
The girl killed herself. When was it?
2012.
2012. So even from 2012 to now, it's already been 4 years since the girl has killed herself. So I'm just like, I just find it very odd, quote unquote, that it's just like, you know, now that this all bubbles.
Made page 6.
Exactly. Now this all bubbles to the top, you know, of the surface. So I'm just like,
just getting into the background, one day she's hanging out with these guys and just like to... Nate and his friend Celestin, they both ran it, or allegedly... Or Jean Celeste?
His name is Jean.
Jean Celeste. Oh, yeah. Because I've been reading so many articles, and they keep saying Celestin, so that's been in my head.
Yeah.
But they both allegedly ran a train on this girl. Now, they say that it was... Nate has said it was consensual. They found that he was acquitted.
Please stop banging the table.
Sorry. They found that... Yeah, I was
trying to do it in a subtle way. I was like, there's no subtle way. Just stop banging the table.
They found that he was acquitted... And his friend was charged in 7 months, but they allowed him to graduate first and then go to jail. But the thing is... And
then Nate ended up transferring to
another school in
Oklahoma.
Yeah, mind you, Nate had a scholarship at Penn State, so that kind of like messed it up for him.
They were both on a wrestling team together, both got suspended from the wrestling team, and it's just like...
But the things is about this girl is that with the whole rape allegations is that she had trauma to like her cervix. Even like a doctor has said, prominent blood vessels in her upper cervix could be related to inflammation from from an infection of some type. So she ended up getting an STI as well, sexually transmitted infection. And
I don't think we had to define an
sorry,
STI.
STI. You guys know what STI is, right?
Yeah.
Good job, guys. So it's like she got raped, she was going through pains, she had to take pills for it, she ended up getting STI. And then on top of that, allegedly, they were harassing her and housing her throughout the campus. Jean and Nate had created this organization. They launched an organization called the Black Caucus, and they were like, had people just like knocking this girl down around the campus, saying like, oh, she's just a white girl crying. Yes, she was white. She's a white girl crying rape. And at the time, it was like, you know, still taboo for black and white to be together, especially on college campuses. If you've never seen the movie The Higher Learning, you should definitely check it out. But it's just,
I've never seen it.
You never seen The Higher Learning with Tyra Banks in it?
Why would I watch anything with Tyra Banks in it? Why the fuck would I?
I think it was Tyra. It's just fucked up, y'all.
It is fucked up.
It's just really, I didn't want to do this.
We didn't have to do this. We could have talked about love and hip hop, but you wanted to come in here and, you know.
His response. Since the media is bringing up part of his response, Nate goes, as a 36-year-old father of daughter of a person of faith, I look back on the time as a teenager and can say without hesitation that I should have used more wisdom. He said, I urge you only to take accepted this letter as many response to this moment And he said, a young woman ended her life several years ago, and I'm filled with sorrow. And as you can tell, all of this is legally worded, and he can't apologize, because if he apologizes, then that means he's wrong. That means
or he's admitting that he did it.
He's admitting that he did it. And it's just like, damn, son, after all these years, after more than 10 years, you're still worrying about yourself. Because even back then...
But what do you want him to say, though?
I'm sorry. He can't even do that.
See, but... Okay,
he can't even do that.
Okay, two things. First, I don't think he can say I'm sorry.
He can't.
Because...
He can't.
Can I speak? Can I have a voice? Goddamn. I gave you the last 15 minutes. I feel like... Shit.
Go ahead.
I feel like... Now you made me lose my train of thought. Okay, why can't he say sorry?
Why can't he say sorry?
Okay, first, I feel like if he says sorry, that means he has to agree that he did something wrong. But maybe he feels like... Or maybe he didn't rape her. Maybe that's his... Why are you looking at me like that?
Because according to the transcripts, when he called this girl, the girl said, I'm pregnant, because she was trying to find out who the other person that was there that raped her, because she knew it wasn't only him. Mm-hmm. Finally, he goes, okay, hold on. He picks up the phone and gives it to Jean, and he goes, and that's when Jean apologized and say, I'm sorry, da-da-da-da-da.
We should have put that in the fucking narrative. I didn't know that.
I'm telling you that he raped her. And still, and we can both agree that after a long time, why is this all coming up? Why are we still doing this? But after a long time, why is it that you're still concerned about your well-being? A girl killed herself, and she left her son behind. The least you can do is say sorry. And I feel like for somebody creating a film about slavery, and we constantly deal with black injustices within this country, and we always talk about reparations as well. But the beginning of reparations within the United States of America, the only way we can get that is if they acknowledge that they fucked up within the last 300 to 400 years in this country. The only way we can get any type of something is if they acknowledge it. And just like this rape case, Nate Parker, out of all people, you should understand that acknowledgement is the key. We can't make any kind of financial, economical, political decisions unless we say, I'm sorry. I apologize. I fucked up. I understand. Moving on.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. We're going to take a break. Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
Moving on. Oh, my God. Moving on.
We're good to go?
We're good to go.
Good to go. All right. So, moving on. Swizz Beatz recently had a art gallery pop-up show in the Bronx. The name of the art gallery was called No Commission Art Performs. And No Limit. And
see, that song grew on you, but at the BET Awards...
Oh, no, I still hate it.
Oh, okay.
It's just in my head. I don't like it. I don't like anything. That's a whole other story for another day. All right, so he had this art gallery in the Bronx. It was sponsored by who? Bacardi?
Yeah,
Bacardi. It was at this parking lot. It was at a parking lot at a warehouse in the Bronx.
South Bronx, right?
Yes, South Bronx. We're getting there. So guests included A$AP Rocky, Chanel Iman, DMX, Fabulous, so on and so forth. First of all, I forgot A$AP Rocky and Chanel Iman dated before.
Yes,
I was like, oh, that's awkward.
Oh, probably not for them.
Oh, probably for them.
Oh, probably for them.
Anyway, so the place where this warehouse was at was in property acquired by Keith Rubenstein, who was the head of the Somerset Group, which is this big development group. They're the root of gentrification. Let's just put it like that. So, their mission in this group is they want to rebrand and build out parts of the Bronx, aka
parts of the Bronx.
Gentrify. So, this all happens in Port Morris. If you're not familiar with Port Morris, it is also called the Piano District. If you're not familiar with the Piano District, it is also called Monhaven, because that's what real New Yorkers know it as. You know what's so funny? Mm-hmm. I was listening to the Bodega Boys last Friday. Shouts to the High, the brand is strong. But the Bodega Boys, they were actually talking about how they were, Jesus read an article where they're trying to refer to, I think,
Sobra.
No, not that either. But close enough. They're trying to refer to Port Morris now as the Williamsburg of the Bronx, which is just like,
nigga.
Well,
like,
exactly.
damn.
Which is just like, terrible as it is.
Oh, baby.
So, people are now upset with Swizz Beatz because he brought this, event to this, I don't want to say poor section of this Bronx, but to this section of the Bronx that generally would not have to deal with such type of things. Mm-hmm. And, there were like paintings being auctioned off for like millions of dollars and so on and so forth. And like all of this money is being moved around in this building, but none of it is being seen in the Bronx. People were, like protesting outside the event, and Swizz Beatz said, he said, I want to bring something special to the Bronx for the people of the Bronx, which is why it was a free event. I mean, even with it being free, I'm like, first, did residents of the Bronx actually know about this? Like, was it on Bronx 12 News?
I was just about to say.
Like, hey guys,
just about to say.
Come out, to, Piano Castle, Lesson Hill, whatever it's called, and, come to, like, I'm pretty sure this was not well known to the people of the Bronx until it was, like, the day before or the day of, A. Mm-hmm. B, as Swizz Beatz being from the Bronx, I'm just like...
You would think he would know better.
Did the Bronx see any of this money? Like, I'm sure the Bronx is not seeing any, benefits of this event except for,
Just like the Brazilians in Rio, but I'm not going to say nothing.
Except for, Katie, Becky, and Tom. Like, oh, wow. Like, look at this new little, like, Fetch neighborhood on the 6th train line. It's
Fetch
just
is
like...
not in.
Fetch will never be in.
So there's a quote that I had to pull out because it's just like... It is what it is. One of the protesters said, she, at least, there was a protest to developer, was there to protest the developers, like Keith Rubenstein, he's one of the developers of this, like, what is it called, Post Morris?
No, the Somerset Group.
Okay, the Somerset Group. Both because the artists and No Commission were not from the South Bronx community, therefore Dean and company were not actually welcoming locals, and also because of the mix of art development and real estate often lends to gentrification and displacement. Now, there was one lady who was going in, like, she didn't give a fuck who was around. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to you, sis.
Hey, girl.
She goes, it all goes hand in hand. The militarized police state, greedy developers pushing you out of your neighborhood, horrible housing, miseducation of black and brown children, and a classic move of white supremacy is used to use black people to further what they want to do. And it's like, it's not the first time, it sure won't be the last time, but out of all people, it's just sad that it was Swizz Beatz, who was actually from the Bronx.
Yeah.
I don't blame Swizz Beatz, but I do blame Swizz Beatz.
I
think he has a hand in it. He's the one who promoted this
Especially
event.
Especially with him knowing the Bronx.
Exactly.
Because, it's funny, I went to D.C. a couple of months ago, and we stayed at this hotel, and it wasn't until I spoke to, like, shout out to Ebony, but Ebony, who lived in D.C., mm-hmm. and we had to be like, Ebony, is this like, like the part of gentrification? She was like, almost definitely. And just living...
What part of D.C. was it?
Shit, I don't fucking know.
I don't know why I'm asking.
Like, D.C.
Yeah, because D.C.
But it was just like... Right? It's you. No, but it's just like, living in a product of gentrification, you can spot it no matter where you're at.
Right.
Anywhere USA, you can look around a neighborhood and be like, oh, this... You can tell either this is like a new budding neighborhood or this is a neighborhood being washed out, not the way it was before. So I'm just like... For Swizz Beatz to have been from the Bronx, or to be from the Bronx, and I think they still live in the Bronx, actually. Like, you should know way better than that. And, what pops in my mind right now is Jay-Z. And even with Jay-Z in the Barclays Center, while people was upset at Jay at first for bringing in this... Well, he didn't bring it by himself, obviously. But, being a huge hand in this stadium, the one benefit of the Barclays Center was that it was going to bring Brooklyn money. Which is just like, okay, fantastic. There will be jobs. People will be able. This will bring revenue to the borough and the city.
I've seen a lot of black people work at the Barclays Center.
Yeah, that's all I've seen work at the Barclays Center. Yeah. I've only been there twice, but still.
Barclays Center and Chick-fil-A. I know that's not a crazy comparison, but still, I've noticed.
Brown people work at Chick-fil-A,
right?
Yeah, they sure do. Anyway.
Moving right along. Right. So in the Bronx, if you don't know, there's been like 6,000 evictions taking place every single year. But in 2012, there was 11,000 evictions taking place. Now, I don't know where my Latino, my blacks are moving to.
No, legit.
Like, where?
Like, where the fuck are we going?
But because for the people that are there, I'm with you. Literally, please do not take their money. Even in Crown Heights, do not take their money. I
thought they were already getting Crown Heights money.
You know
who I have to give it to? People in Flatbush. Because these West Indians do not fucking play. West Indians are not fucking budging. For some reason, something about black Americans, we'll take the dime and, and figure it out later.
Right.
West Indian people, they're like, Say, I'm going to keep my damn house. Say it in your accent.
I'm going to keep my damn house.
And I say, that's right, sis. I know that's right. I have a terrible accent for everything, so I just leave it to, the accent queen.
I am not the accent queen. Shout out to my sister Shakira.
Well, when it's 10 people. Oh, yeah, Shakira does do a good accent,
really
too.
Good accent.
Yeah, she does.
But, no, this is getting so real. Yeah. And of course, the revolution is led by women, so there were a lot of women at that protest, but it seems like it didn't really spark enough eyes because this is the only publication that I found actually talking about this. I didn't see
I saw it on a couple. Well, I didn't see it on any major publications.
Okay.
I saw articles, but I didn't see it on HuffPost Black Voices or some shit like that,
But it says a lot. It says a lot. So, like I said, just, hold on to your money. Even from me, and I live in the hood, so I just don't understand why somebody is trying to give, like, $5,000 to people who have 3-bedroom apartments. Yeah. In the hood.
Which is nothing.
It's just like, what is $5,000? Yeah. Like, are you really trying to play me out here?
After first last of security. What am I going to do? Like, I'm going to go shopping at C-Town? Because that's all I can afford after that. Like, there's nothing I can do with the rest of that money.
And even if you're on welfare, what does $5,000 do for you?
Nothing. What does $5,000 do for you, even if you just are a human being in New York City?
Exactly.
Like $5,000 is nothing.
Exactly. So I can only imagine how much money they're trying to pitch to them. Yeah. And they already live in houses and apartments that are like $3,000 or $1,900 a month.
All of y'all that own property, or your mama's own property, or your dad's own property, or your grandparents' own property.
Hold on to your home. You got to hold on.
We're gonna start the Hold On Challenge.
Hashtag hold on to your home.
Right?
For real.
Word.
All right, so moving right along.
Yeah, last but not least, Ellen DeGeneres. Let's just get to this really quickly because... right, so Ellen DeGeneres posted this picture on Twitter with the caption, this is how I'm running errands from now on, with her on Usain Bolt's back. Right. After his triumphant win at the Olympics. And, people are thinking this is racist. Do you think it's racist?
I personally, I mean, it depends. Like, did she post those two pictures of, like, back in the day of when white people used to actually sit on the backs of...
Did she post the pictures?
Yeah, did she post those two pictures as well? No. Did you see those pictures? No. You have seen the pictures. No, she didn't post those, right? Somebody was like, but she posted this so she knew. And I was like, but why would she...
I didn't see that.
Anyway, so since that's just like masha.
Lies.
Right, lies. You tell. I don't think she's racist, but I do think she's not enlightened on the history of America. Like, she's just not enlightened. Most famous white people.
I think she is enlightened. I just think it was...
But she's enlightened on that?
I think it was insensitive. Like,
you,
I think...
You think Ellen DeGeneres...
I think Ellen knows her history.
Knows about, like, black people...
Oh, yeah. Ellen has never struck me as, like, a dumbass.
Okay.
And while I have stopped watching her show for no particular reason, I just don't really have the time anymore. Okay. But I used to watch Ellen all the time. Ellen does not strike me as, like,
someone who's
a dumb girl. Yeah, like, she never seems like now Chelsea Handler's dumbass. She probably, would post some... Well, Chelsea Handler could never post this because Chelsea Handler's history with black people is just too fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
But for some reason, I didn't think this was racist of Ellen. I think it was maybe a little time insensitive. I think it was maybe a little, I don't know. I didn't really see a problem with it because with Usain Bolt being the fastest man, in the world.
That's what I said.
I'm a fucking, ride his back, to fucking target too.
No, but...
Now I can see why that could be insensitive.
Right.
But, I didn't think it was racist. And then I love how Ellen tweeted right after, and she was like, I'm aware of the racism that's in this country, but that's not who I am. Basically, like, y'all could just shut the fuck up.
Because that is not... It's really... Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Ellen is racist, but like you said, she was insensitive to the case because... Just back in the day, like how white people... And it's funny because I've never seen an actual picture of like a white person on a black woman's back. And she's like... She has like the apron and stuff on.
Yeah.
My people are so strong.
And Usain Bolt even retweeted it, so...
My people are so strong.
My brother,
and I love
you
guys
offended,
so much.
I'm not offended. We have seen white women carrying around black people in this country. Excuse me, black women carrying around white people in this country. Okay. It's called nannies in Fort Greene. That's what it is.
Wow.
But I can see how you could get that
exactly
from this.
We see y'all.
We see each other.
We understand.
And really random. I just thought of, because this was Atlanta Housewives reference. Shout out to Nene Leakes owing $800,000 to the IRS.
I like how you just that right in.
I thought you was rich. Very rich, girl. You cashing checks. Trump checks. It was like, okay, girl, well, get those diamonds that you were laying in on the cover of Ebony and pay the IRS back. Cool. Cool. All right, that brings us to the end of this show.
And a quick shout out to YouTube. I just was like reflecting on all the videos and everything that we put out. Like, granted, we're not like at 1 million subscribers, but there's a lot of things that we can say that we know that if we were on like a huge level of our career
or a major network, we would not.
Or a major network, there's a lot of shit we not be able to say. I wouldn't be able to cry.
You wouldn't be able to say shit.
I wouldn't be able to cry as much as I usually do. So just shout out to YouTube to allowing people to really just like express their voices.
Amen. 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 All right. Speaking of voices, voices are connected to the tongue. Tongues are connected to the box. So get into her box.
That was good.
I tried.
I was like, where are you going with this?
6 degrees of separation. All right. So get into her box. Make sure you subscribe. You get at her at DJ Madam K. I'm an _ Hey Malcolm. We thank you for watching. Have a fantastic weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys.
And we'll see you all next week right here on Still Diverted. Bye, guys.